Dr. Dre is a producer, but more so, he is a sound and feeling that we as listeners and creatives resonate to and with. Through obsessive and meticulous perfectionism and focus, Dr. Dre has built up a valuable taste and mastery of his musical craft, so much so that it eventually raised the value of Beats headphones to $3 billion through an Apple buyout and made Dre a very wealthy man.
Hip-hop music is just an extension of what's going on in every ghetto. That's all it is to it. And not just in the ghetto, you know. Rich people have their problems too.
In this video, we will uncover some simple wisdom Dre has shared. Dr. Dre is a counter icon for creators and artists. He sets a refreshing new tone for professionalism and work ethic. Dr. Dre speaks on art as a job, something you show up for and commit to. He's not a messy, sloppy, or lazy artist. This is Dr. Dre's creative process. The man who set his own goals and expectations, then crushed them in an industry where the barrier to entry is a microphone and voice. Professionalism.
What are some of the positive aspects that came out of gangster rap, and do you think that it came from the political rap scene that was also happening?
Some of the positive things that came out of it, it's to me, the fact that it existed. You know what I'm saying? Because it gave people something else to do. That everybody that's in hip hop, it gives you something else to do. Everybody's not fortunate enough to be a doctor or a lawyer. Everybody doesn't complete 4 years of college. You know, it gives you something else to do. And it is a job, straight up. It's a straight up job. It's not everything that you see in videos, you know. Most people in videos are fronting anyway. You know, it's not about that. It's about what goes on in here, you know. That's what it's all about. Coming in here, having some fun with your art, making some music, and putting it out there hoping that people are gonna buy it. That's the whole fun about it. Because no matter how hard you work in the studio, no matter what you do, you don't know if people are gonna dig it. Some of the records that I'm real pumped up on that I do are not the ones that hit, you know. You never know, and you never know when you're gonna fall off.
Dr. Dre knows that being a professional is doing the things you love on the days that you don't feel like doing them. He's real down to earth about what it means to be a creative in the real world. Longevity.
The secret to my longevity, I think, is the fact that I'm a perfectionist, you know, and I listen to everybody's shit. You know, I mean, even R&B. I listen to classical music sometime. I listen to heavy metal. I just listen to everything. Really, I listen to the whack shit more, you know, because I want to know what not to do. You know, the stuff that's not selling. It's easy to pick up a hit record and know what people are buying, you know. I think I'm very blessed, you know. If there was somebody that was struck by luck, by God, I'm one of those people, seriously, you know, because I've had a very blessed life, straight up. Looking at people that have made it in the business, you know, Quincy Jones, people like that, that's my mentor right there, because he started at a young age the same as I did, and he's still doing his thing and having fun with it, you know. It ain't about who has the flyest car, who has the most jewelry, you know. It ain't about that. It's about saving and preparing yourself for when your shit ain't happening no more, you know, because it's going to happen sooner or later, you know. You never know when, you know. When Dr. Dre falls off, if and when that happens, I'm cool. I'll never have to touch another button as long as I live, straight up. I'm cool. So let me put this money over here to fuck off, right? And let me save this. Let me save this. Take care of your taxes, take care of all that shit. You gotta make sure you're prepared when the shit gets thick.
Dr. Dre knows that consistency is one of the keys to longevity. When you are consistent, people know what they are going to get, and that's the foundation for having a long career and strong reputation. Authenticity.
I think people are limited because they're very well influenced by people that's around them or people that's in the media. Like, you may see people talking about how if they get a lot of money or something like that, they're going to stay in the ghetto, they're going to stay in the projects. That means if you're staying there, you're going to allow your mother and your family to stay there also. And that's bullshit. straight up, you know. The change has to happen somewhere in your generation, you know. For my family, I'm saving money, and I want my kids to start on another level. I don't want them to start in the projects. No, that means they have to build for their families. If they start at a higher level, you know, their families are going to get better. That means your generation down the line, they're going to have a foundation, you know, and I'm going to set the foundation straight up.
Don't let the expectations and opinions of other people affect your decisions. It's your life, not theirs. Do what matters most to you. Do what makes you feel alive and happy. There is much more to life than following others' pre-prescribed path. You need to decide who you are for yourself. Become a whole human being. Fuck the haters.
No, I don't ever feel the responsibility to impress people with my music. I do feel like I gotta get in and do my music to the best of my ability, you know. And I feel like I'm my worst critic, you know. If I'm not digging it, it ain't the shit, you know. So the critics out there can basically like kiss my ass straight up, because they know nothing about what goes into this. They're just people with a 9-to-5 behind a fucking typewriter and a CD player, listening to it and critiquing it. You know, you can't criticize something that somebody's working real hard on, because that can like shatter their whole shit, you know. It might be a hit record in them, you know. Nobody can critique my shit unless you've done half of the stuff that I've accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can critique the shit, you know. There's nothing saying that I'm gonna make a fucking smash every time I go in the studio. That's what I set out to do, but like I said before, you don't know what the public is gonna dig. So all the critics just need to shut the fuck up until they do or try to do the shit that they're criticizing.